Hello everyone, I'm AT Storm Track meteorologist Austin Haskins. It was a beautiful weekend weather-wise across western Wisconsin. Eau Claire ended up breaking the record high on Valentine's Day, which was a record that had been standing since 1934. Now, it was a little cooler yesterday. We had more 40s versus 50s, but it was still very nice nonetheless. And that warm weather is going to continue here the next couple of days, though today will be the warmest day of the next 7 as temperatures will be gradually taking a step down as the week goes on. Breezy conditions expected for Tuesday and Wednesday, and we are looking at those precip chances to return as well, which, considering how dry it has been as of late, it will certainly be welcome to the area. Not today, though. A lot of sunshine, some clouds around again for today. The winds are going to be pretty light. A very weak cold front is going to turn the winds back to the west and northwest from the southwest, and that's about all that front's going to do. Not really going to see a drop in temperatures, nothing like that. Clouds will start to increase a little bit tonight into our Tuesday ahead of the next system. In the afternoon Tuesday, could have a few light rain showers that'll develop. It'll be pretty isolated in nature. But then as a stationary / warm front drifts to the north Tuesday night, we'll see rain chances start to increase. By this point, the low should be centered closer to the South Dakota-Minnesota border, and we'll be in the warmer sector of this system. You can see farther to the north, snow along and north of State Highway 70, and then going into northern Minnesota. Strangely enough, the Storm Prediction Center has a risk out for maybe some rumbles of thunder as that front moves through Tuesday night. Again, it's a pretty low chance, but don't be surprised if maybe, you're out and about Tuesday night, or maybe if you're in bed and you hear a rumble of thunder. Don't be totally surprised, but chances for that overall look to be pretty low. What I am watching, though, is the possibility of a dry slot moving through. The European model, which you're looking at here, has it coming through in the overnight hours into Wednesday morning. But others have it coming through Tuesday evening, and that, depending on how that plays out, could actually limit how much precip we see with this system, so something to kind of keep in mind there. Then we'll see the backside of the system as we get into Wednesday. Could bring another round of some light rain showers, maybe cold enough to where we see a rain-snow mix or even a brief period of snow showers. And then we'll continue to have that into Wednesday night before wrapping up by Thursday morning. And that's our best chance precip here in the short term. Now, it's just a 20% chance Tuesday afternoon. Coverage-wise goes up to about 60 to 70% Tuesday night, and then it's about a 40 to 50% chance on Wednesday. Now, we have another chance with possibly another round of snow Thursday night into Friday. Again, temperatures are going to be going down as the week goes on. So the possibility of another system Thursday night into Friday would bring snow to the area, but we'll worry about that as we get a little bit closer in time. And likely once we get this first system out of here, we can focus a little bit more on that. But certainly another round of precip is in the cards as we get towards the end of the week, but the exact details, we'll worry about that as we get through the week. So how much precip are we looking at? This is for Eau Claire, so the numbers are going to vary a little bit, but most of the models are going anywhere from a couple hundredths of an inch on the low end to as much as a third of an inch. Some spots, especially farther north, could see totals that could get close to a half inch. This is a look from the Weather Prediction Center's outlook on the total precip. Totals will be a little bit less south than west, closer to that 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch range, likely due to that dry slot kind of moving through there. But farther north, that's where we could get totals up to a half inch, even higher than that possibly, as you get closer to the Twin Ports and up the north shore of Lake Superior, where some spots there could see quite a bit of snow with this system. For us, those that see snow likely going to see up to an inch or so, but likely going to stay less than an inch overall. Highs today, 40s and 50s across the area. Again, get out and enjoy the warm weather if you're able to once again. We're back down into the 20s and 30s for lows tonight. Highs tomorrow, mostly 40s. South and west could see a few spots reaching the 50-degree mark once again. Same thing on Wednesday. Likely south of Highway 10 is our best chance of reaching 50 on Wednesday. But then you go north, and we're going to be closer to 40 degrees. And then, of course, too, the wind is going to be a little bit of an issue for Tuesday and Wednesday. East to southeasterly winds Tuesday, turning southerly to westerly on Wednesday. 10 to 20 miles an hour sustained, could gust up to 30 miles per hour. So we will have to deal with that. And then you can see the drop in temperatures after that, down to 42 Thursday, 34 Friday. And while the upcoming weekend right now looks dry, certainly not going to be as nice as this past weekend, as those temperatures are going to be back a little bit closer to seasonal levels and not in the 40s and 50s like we just saw over this past weekend.